favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus. WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of sky cams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wathau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together we're Mississippi Strong. Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining me for WLBT First Alert Weather Plus. It is Friday. We made it to the end of the week. Maybe your weekend has already started. If it has, I'm so happy for you. Unfortunately, we do have another First Alert Weather Day coming up again this weekend. So here are the details for you. It does look like another overnight event, which is potentially good news if you have some plans early on Saturday, maybe some brunch to get to, maybe you have some brunch to get to on Sunday. Looks like both of those time frames are going to be good to go. It's just as we get into Saturday afternoon and evening where we're really going to start to see maybe a few storms ramp up, and then overnight is going to be the main time frame for us to see stormy weather. But damaging wind is going to be the most elevated threat, especially along the main line of storms. We'll also see the potential for some large hail, for some flash flooding, or even a few spin up tornadoes. So first, we're going to take a look at the timing here. This model that I'm going to show you is we'll say the more aggressive model as far as coverage earlier in the day. Now, still not much going on through lunchtime, even potentially through maybe 2 or 3 p.m. By 4 or 5, this model does have us starting to see a few storms maybe ahead of the main line. So that would impact your plans earlier in the day. Note, if you're along I-55 or east of there or south of I-20, generally, you're not going to have much going on even by 4 or 5 p.m. And again, this model does keep most of that activity north of Interstate 20 as a whole. But the main line, that starts to push in around 8 or 9 o'clock. And once it does so, that's going to essentially end any outdoor activity plans, even if we hold off on seeing storms until that time. But this is, again, looking to be an overnight event for us. So by midnight or somewhere between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m., that's when we could be seeing this system push into the I-55 corridor. At that time, you can tell just about everyone is seeing some heavy rain, because even behind the main line of storms, there will be some trailing rain. That's where the flash flood concern comes into play just a little bit. The severe threat looks like it will likely end somewhere between 4 and 6 a.m., which means if you do not have any plans before that time on Sunday morning, which I reckon most of you probably will not, then you're not going to have to worry about the severe threat heading into your Sunday. You might still have to deal with some scattered showers through about lunchtime, but that's not really going to be something to impact your day as a whole. Now, it will be soggy outside, not necessarily going to be great picnic weather on Sunday, even though the temperatures are going to be feeling pretty good, in my opinion. So let's talk tornado energy. You see a little bit of it throughout the day today and into early Saturday morning. No storms going on at that time, so we're not really worried about it. But lunchtime, we'll start to keep a closer eye on this. This is our model that has less of an aggressive touch as far as storms ahead of the main line. So if we go with this model, we're really not going to see much happening until 8 or 9 o'clock. Unfortunately, this does have us seeing some relatively decent tornado energy, just means some spin associated with those storms that are along the main line. And that would go for the entire line. You can see how it's pushing in, making it to the I-55 corridor in time with the storms. So we'll be keeping a close eye on this. We'll be here the whole night monitoring it. But again, by 4 to 6 a.m., we are done with the severe threat. At that time, some dry and cool air is going to begin to filter into the area. So your first alert weather day looks mainly to be an overnight event, but we'll say Saturday evening, early evening at the earliest through early Sunday morning. Scattered severe storms are possible. Then a line of potentially severe storms is what we're expecting to see. All severe modes are possible: damaging wind gusts, large hail, spin up tornadoes, and flash flooding. I don't want you to count out the flash flooding risk, especially if you live somewhere where that has a tendency to happen. These rainfall totals are expected to add up relatively quickly, somewhere between 1 inch and 2 inches. So something to note if you live in an area that has poor drainage or has a history of flash flooding during events like this. So we have a level 3 out of 5 risk west of I-55. That means the ingredients are going to be a little bit better in that area to see more widespread severe storms. Level 2 out of 5 risk because this system does look like it's going to lose some severe strength as it pushes further east in our area. So that's what we're talking about for your weekend forecast. I'm just calling it iffy for both days. Honestly, most of your Saturday may end up being good to go. It definitely is going to be good to go until about 2 p.m. At that time, if you're north of Interstate 20 or west of I-55, maybe you have to bring things inside a little earlier in the day. But generally, it's going to be an overnight event. Some rain lingers into early Sunday morning. But the big story is this temperature change from the mid and upper 80s again on Saturday to the low 60s on Sunday behind that system. Still windy today. This is the view from our first alert sky cam. This is at the Renaissance in Ridgeland. You can see that camera doing a little shake out there. Overcast skies and warm weather. 90 degrees again in Jackson today. This shatters the old record high, which was 87 degrees for the day today. So we're definitely way past that. It's 89 in Lexington, 90 again in Vicksburg. Just some hot weather continuing for us. Will again continue into the day tomorrow. Breezy conditions as well. It will still be breezy all the way through Sunday, but those winds will shift. They'll blow in from the north on Sunday and cool us off very quickly. So by next week, we're looking to start off in the 40s. Temperatures in the afternoon, 15 degrees colder than normal, as opposed to our right now 15 degrees warmer than normal. A nice 30-degree temperature drop for you, but near average as we get to the middle or end of next week. So the big picture for you, we've got stormy weather coming up Saturday evening and night. It clears out relatively early on Sunday. Then we cool off, we dry up, and we're going to stay cooler and drier throughout the week next week. At this time, we're not looking at really any systems pushing in here for next week. Even through the weekend, there's just not a lot happening. So that would be some good news for us. I'm certainly going to enjoy the cooler weather while it lasts, because it does look like by next weekend, we're back into the mid 80s yet again, which is that's pretty normal for us at this time of year. We don't typically see our first 90-degree day until May, but hey, we already made it there yesterday. Might as well do it again. So hi, Enrique, Melanie, Joyce, and Ariel. Thank you guys for joining me. If you have any other questions, maybe save them, keep them in the back of your mind. I'll be back here at 6:30 with another one of these updates, and maybe we'll have some better agreement on timing. Again, it looks for now like one of our models has us seeing some pop-up storms ahead of the main line. The other one, totally quiet until 8 or 9 o'clock with that main line pushing in. So a little bit of a discrepancy, something we're going to keep a close eye on as well. Thanks for joining me. And again, I'll be back coming up at 6:30. In the meantime, I'll be on WLBT News at 3, 4, 4:30, 5, 5:30. No, that's on Fox 40. 6. And then our meteorologist at Scales is going to be in with you tonight at 9 on Fox 40 and at 10 on WLBT. I will be here tomorrow helping to track out. We'll have about half the team here tomorrow helping to track out those storms for you and hoping that you're all safe. Make sure you have multiple ways to receive warnings going into this weekend. Something to go ahead and think about as we head into the rest of your Friday while we have quiet conditions outside of the gusty winds and warm weather. So it's not unbearable to get out there and to get some stuff done, tie things down, bring them inside if you need to. Make sure that your weather radio has fresh batteries. that your phone, your charging block, anything that you use during severe weather is all good to go and it's ready to go. And we'll talk more about some severe weather prep coming up here at 6:30. So again, thanks for joining me. Have a great Friday. And if I don't see you, a great rest of your weekend.